The golden era of The Simpsons wasn't just on our screens, it was also in the pages of comic books from the 1990s. And who better to say it than my crudely animated friend here? Best comics ever! That's right. Besides the fact that these came out during the peak era of The Simpsons, there was just something very special about the 90s comics. They were more than just comics, they were collectibles, featuring an array of great stories, cover art, and spin-offs. I loved collecting the comics from different countries because each publication offered a unique experience. For example, in the US and Australian versions, if you were to flip the book over, you'd get a spin-off comic of a random Simpsons character, spoofed to appear like it's the first issue of its own series, even though it was only ever a one-off. Whereas in the UK version, they were slightly larger and printed on higher quality paper with glossier covers. However, they didn't have that cool feature where you flip over the book. Instead, the bonus comic was hidden inside, without so much as a cover. In fact, it was more like a magazine than a comic, but it was fine because the pages were filled with more cool stuff that the other ones lacked. But for those smaller ones, what really made them special was the free trading cards. Back in the early 90s, Skybox International released Simpsons trading cards, and they would occasionally include one in the Simpsons Comics, exclusive to that issue. So if you missed one, there was basically no other way to obtain it. This is what made the experience so much more fun, because this was before you could buy stuff conveniently on the internet. So when it said exclusive, it really was, and it felt like you had a rarity on your hands. When I was a kid, I was really confused about what these were, because the first comic I ever got was issue 5, and it turned out I needed issue 3 of Itchy and Scratchy, which confusingly was part 1 of a 3-part story, spanning 3 separate comic series. In it, I received the exclusive decoder card. You place it over the scrambled image and it shows you the hidden picture. Of course, they did not have them in the compilation book, and it just showed the actual image instead. And sometimes, no image at all. And it turned out, it wasn't just these comics that needed it. I later found out I could use it on the back of the trading cards. Of course, the trading card era eventually died out, but that only made this era of comics all the more special.